Just kidding. Welcome to the number one faith-based motivational and inspirational broadcast platform in the country, the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. We are honored, we are privileged, and we are blessed to have to offer to you our next guest here on the GMAP Broadcast Network. And we are just so honored and we are so amazed and we are so privileged and blessed to be able to present this individual to you. And we will do just that. With no further ado, I tell you, you know what? Let me find out how he's doing first before I start. How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I couldn't see you, so maybe that's the thing. You only show my face. Is
Yeah.
that
I do that on purpose because I really want people to really focus and pay attention to my guest. And if I put myself on the screen, most of the time they pay attention to me, and I don't want that to happen. I want them to be able to see and hear from you. And that's why we do that. We do that all the time. And today is no different. We're going to do the same thing and present you to our fabulous audience around the world. With that being said, do me a kind favor if you don't mind. Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you're from if you don't mind sharing.
Okay then. So this is you have made my me a little bit nervous facing to the camera or possibly facing to a lot of people around. Also, if you don't mind that I could stutter a little bit, but I'll try to keep myself like a little calm and cool and so this is how it's going to sound like. And this is I don't do this often, not much at all. So just tell you frankly, and I feel honored that you want to do this for me, and you want the people get to know me. And basically, you can see that I'm not an American boy who grew up in America and playing basketball and eating pizza in the backyard, and so that wasn't me, and still not me today. So I do play a lot of things, but still I try to fit in with American culture and the society and a lot of other things. And actually, I grew up from the other part of the world, across the ocean in China, actually, until after I finished my college. That was like, 24 years old already. I was late for college because of the political and a lot of other things, but I was lucky and fortunate enough to catch it when I was still not too old. And I got into college when I was like 20, and I finished like 24. And then after 2 years working in Beijing, I came over to America as a PhD candidate student in University of Cincinnati, learning economics. And that was my biggest moment in my life as a turning point from China, knowing very little about anything else and anything outside the world. And I happened to take the dive, borrowed the money actually, took the flight one way to land on the side of the ocean, and there was no turning back. But again, that was one thing led to another, and here I am, like 38 years later, and I have become a published author to share with the world what I have experienced and my story, the story of my generation, and the story of the past that's still at play today. So I feel hugely honored, and Pastor Kevin Strouder. So
thank you so much. And speaking of that publication, we now are showing it on our video screen. From tea to coffee. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that publication, if you don't mind?
Yeah, that is a huge experience I never thought would be possible. Although I love writing, I love literature, I love the beauty of words. Growing up in China, that would be the only thing I ever loved during my upstream time, because there was no schools that we need to go to and no tests that we need to pass, and there wasn't anything that we have to learn at the time. But loving the words and loving the beauty of the words was always in me. But coming to the United States, whatever I learned before, that was Chinese, by the way, a lot of classic Chinese. I got to unlearn them. I got to start to learn English. And that wasn't too hard to begin with, but writing English is an entirely different thing. But again, and what led me to write this book is something, it's not a quick and easy way to do that though. Because as people getting old, and that's where I am, getting old, passing 60 years of age, I have experienced a lot more flashbacks in recent years than at any earlier time in my life. It might have to do with my age, accumulation of my life experiences, and the present day realities making me more introspective. But it was the sense of mission that nudged me to start writing for commemorating China's lost generation as a consequence of the Cultural Revolution. History betrayed our youthful zeal. More than a generation of talented people has been deprived of formal education, thus their voices are forever missing. Well, as the lingering thought grew more pronounced, I felt compelled to explore and write down how ordinary people, like my family and me, among so many others I grew up with, lived through that bizarre time, and how that part of history is still at play today. Even though I was not trained to be a writer, let alone one writing in English, somehow it did not stop me from doing it. My life has been a voice of exploration, and authoring this book is one of the most audacious parts of that journey.
Wow. Well, I know that it is going to be an outstanding read for myself as well as others around the world. If someone wanted to show their love, care, concern, and support and purchase a copy of this publication, what's the process for them to do so?
Well, it is so easy, especially in today's digital world. Not a lot of people going to wander around in the bookstore anymore, although I do go there once in a while just to feel, just to sense the literature and the words and people. That was one motivation how I want to write a book. Because when I saw millions of books around, I kind of imagined maybe one day my name could be one of the bylines among so many of them. And that would be some of the dream that was in my mind for, I don't know for how long, maybe from a childhood. When I wander around in a bookstore, I want to feel the people, how could they write books like that? But nowadays, you don't need to do that to feel that. You put your phone, you put your iPad, you put, me as the old fashioned, always, sitting in front of the laptop, doing everything. And Amazon, among so many, like hundreds of online bookstores will show you whatever you want, however you feel like, and anything you wanted to do, and search and read and test and browsing. And my book happened to be one among 20 million. That was the number I kept hearing. Hey, there are 20 million books out there, and you are going to be one of them. It doesn't make me feel depressed because one of the million is better than, nothing among 20 million anyway. So if people just type in from tea to coffee in Amazon or just Google it, but you better sometime put my name on it. Otherwise, you're going to see a lot of tea or coffee in front of me. If you put my name, Cheng or Cheng Wang, tea from coffee, you will see like 5 pages, if not more, from Google. And Amazon going to show you on the website, and from Amazon, you one click, or two maybe, the book is going to be, in your cart, and the rest is so easy and it's going to be at your door the next day.
Yeah.
That's today's age, though. Not what I remember when I was little.
Right. Well, I know that, of course, people are going to want to show their love, care, concern, and support. And when you do, ladies and gentlemen, we want you to make sure that you leave a review. Leave a review. Let the author know you appreciate what they're doing, and let Amazon know you appreciate what they're doing. Let me know that you appreciate what we're doing. Show your love, care, concern, and support from tea to coffee. Now, I know that they may, in fact, want to reach out to you and have a individual conversation with you. Is there a contact information? Is there a way for them to connect with you?
Absolutely. If you want to just keep digging a little bit, and you see my book, you search my name, you type my name and a website, my website will pop up, maybe not the first 2 or 3 lines, but I have created the website as a part of my later journey, last 10 years or so. It's called Cross-Cultural Way. Cross-Cultural Way kind of been like in my mind after like 30 some years in America and kind of fly back and forth, traverse so many times across the ocean to see the people, the things, the sights, and the food and sight and scene and traits, everything. I can't sense them. I kind of want to write them down. And I wanted to share with the people. And on my page, I have many articles, and that's the website is called crossculturalway.com. If you put that thing on Google, you will see me, and from there, there's a contact in email or phone number. Even you can get right to me, or Facebook or LinkedIn. You can find me right now. Somehow, my name happened to be out there more than ever before. Good and bad, that is how it is. Yeah.
Well, I really, really appreciate you, first of all, taking time out to be here with us today. I appreciate you openly being willing to be a part of our broadcast network family, and I appreciate you allowing us to be a part of your culture and participate and be a part of your journey. We want you to know that we will be here to do any and everything we can to assist you along the way. Now, for those individuals that don't know, of course, Chang is one of our featured authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network. You can stop by anytime at gmap1.com. Click on the tab that simply says Featured Authors. You will see a copy of the publication that I'm currently showing you on our television screen. We want you to go to that page, go to that site, and it will give you all of the intimate information and details about the author as well as the publication that he has presented. Now, before I let you go, I want to find out what's next for you, Chang. What's next beyond writing this publication From Tea to Coffee?
Well, it is often the case for almost everybody. When people say one should have a dream, I'm not exception as well, because that's one thing leads to another, and why I'm sitting here talking to the people, maybe almost anywhere from anywhere. But for me, that dream is not about a final product or a destination or not even a finished line. Instead, I will let my restless and somewhat fearless spirit lead the way. To be more specific, my second book is brewing, so stay tuned. Because if one thing can happen, the next thing is quite within reach. That's kind of in my mind, Pastor Strouder.
Wow. Well, we're excited that you have allowed us to be a part of this process, and we want to invite you back as you continue to do other great things and release other publications and move forward with your dreams. We want to invite you back, and of course, we know that you have our email and our phone number. We just want you to use it. Pick up the phone, call us, text, chat, tweet, whatever you do. Get in contact with us, and we want you to know that the answer will always be yes, and you'll never, ever have to ask us twice. We appreciate your time today, and we will be inviting you back to share other information as time continues to move forward. Until then, we want you to continue to be blessed and continue to be a blessing to people around the world, okay?
Well, it is a huge honor and a pleasure to be here, Pastor Strutter. Anytime you shoot me an email, I'll be right here within a minute notice. Let's put it that way. So it's, sharing my message is one drive. That has been with me so long, though. I like people to know, to hear, to share, to respond to something that, that's really something that's the best thing that could happen. Yeah. But thank you to let me having the chance to talk to the people, and I will be looking forward to the next time.
And we thank you as well. We appreciate you and your time on today. And until next time, you have an outstanding rest of your day, Of course, if you missed the conversation, we will be placing this conversation on our YouTube channel. We'll be sending it over to Facebook, and we're just going to continue to allow you to receive this information as much and as often as we can. One of our featured authors here on the GMAP Broadcast Network, Cheng Wang, of course, from Tea to Coffee. We want you to show your love, care, concern, and support, and make sure you get a copy today. Until next time, you have an awesome day, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, we'll keep the conversation going.
Amen. You take care and have a great day, okay?
All righty. So you do too. So thank you.